Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining us for today's webinar. My name is Donna Chow, and I am your host and moderator for today's eLotus class. eLotus is the leading provider of continuing education for acupuncturists, where you can find more than 3,000 CEU hours of material to learn from. Welcome back for part 2 of the TCM secret of using Bazi to determine personality type and susceptible illnesses, presented by Aaron Zizoff. If you didn't get a chance to watch part 1, it is available to view at elotus.org. I will put down the link for you guys in just a bit. For those of you who attended, how did you guys like the class? And were you able to apply what you learned to read your own or your patient's Bazi? Please type your answer in the chat room so I can read them. Okay, so before we begin, let's go ahead and do a little housekeeping. Today's webinar will be from 9 to 1 p.m. Pacific time, and we will have one break. If you haven't done so already, please do get your copy of the lecture notes on your Blue Course Access page in your account. And if you would like to participate in the chat with us, please set your chat preference to everyone so that everyone can be part of the conversation. By default, Zoom only allows the speaker and the staff to see what you're writing. But again, we want everyone to be able to see everything and be part of the conversation. So please set your chat preference to everyone. And if you guys have any questions for Aaron during the class today relating to the class topic, please do type your question into the Q&A box of the Zoom control panel. So there's a question specifically set aside so that Aaron can see it. Okay, so our speaker again, he will answer it as time allows. And finally, the quiz and video replay. These both will be available tomorrow, and you will receive an email by me once they are available to you. So our speaker today is Aaron Zizoff. He completed his graduate studies in acupuncture, herbal medicine, and shiatsu in 2004 from Medicine College. And this is located in Tel Aviv, Israel. Aaron specializes in gynecology and Chinese cosmetology and has taught at leading colleges in Israel, and he's also currently teaching professional workshops and courses in Israel and Europe in Chinese cosmetology, tongue diagnosis, and Chinese astrology. He has taught all these topics with us, and you can find these courses available at elotus.org. I'll share the link with you once I get to my computer. We are honored to have Aaron joining us today all the way from Israel. So let's go ahead and give him a huge warm welcome. Aaron, will you please go ahead and take over now and share your PowerPoint?
Thank you, Donna. This is my new me with some beard that I grew during this week because of some facial rashes issues. But anyway, I'm here and okay, so I'll share my screen, and this is screen 2. Just 1 second. Okay, just let me know you see the screen properly. I'll just put it on presentation, sorry. All right. Is it good, Sam? So this is part 2, basically. Yeah, we continue from part 1.
Good, Aaron. Perfect.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so I see there's like half of the people from last week. I hope they didn't give up because the materials were too difficult. But I want to first start with the questions. I mean, if you have any questions. Some of you, you wrote me, and I answered as much as I could. But for the others, first of all, you know what? Does anyone, is anyone there that wasn't last week? Just write if you wasn't, okay? Wasn't? Okay. Okay. So I see there are some. Okay, so I see there are some. Basically today, what we're going to do today, it's like part 2, but is continuous to the last part. So it's important. Okay, now I see the song. Okay, so I'm going to give a review for like, let's say, up to 15 minutes. I hope I'll be able to do that in such a short time for those who weren't here last week, just to kind of to make sure that you at least understand the basics of what I'm talking about, okay? That you won't have too many gaps, because otherwise it will be difficult to understand the rest of the class today. So, okay, so those of you who saw the webinar, it's also good. I believe it should be understood. But anyway, I'm going to give like 15 minutes. So if at least, yeah, let's say 15 minutes, I'm just going to go through the whole program of what I was talking about last week. I will give it in a short way. Okay, I will try not to exhaust you with this, but please be easy on me. If I'm not getting too deep into these topics, of course, you can get to the webinar and to get all the other information deeply, okay? And meantime, while I'm giving the preview for last week, if you have questions, you can write them down, and after this part, I will try to answer much as possible, okay? So last week, we started to talk about what is Chinese astrology and the different issues of, let's say, which parts on the heaven and the different planets and the yin and yang aspects and 5 phases of movements, and about the heavenly stems, earthly branches, and the binomes. So I'm going to just go through that quite fast. About, basically the Chinese astrology is about the movement and the meeting point of different stars and cycles of time. So we talked about the big cycle of 60 years. In there, we can see cycles of 12 years of specific years according to the zodiac. We can see cycles of 10 years according to the stems. We can see cycles on the months, on the days, on the hours, and so on. So the whole idea is that we are basing this information on the ancient Chinese that looked up for guidance and found out that there are so many rules that you can understand how nature works, and of course, according to that, how it affects us as humans. So it's basically the whole idea of Chinese astrology is the relationships that we as humans have with the universe, and we measure it according to the yin yang theories and 5 phases that basically represent how qi is moving through us in the universe and through us, and so on. So it's all about when we try to understand, or when we're trying to understand the person's energetic map, okay, or chart, the person's energetic DNA, I would say even. We want to understand the quality and quantity of qi for each phase, okay? And if it's on the polarity of yin or yang, okay? And according to that, we can make a clear understanding of the whole chart. So we spoke about the heaven, that we have like 4 directions with the center, where each direction represents certain energies. So on the east, we have the yuan with the green color. On the south, we have the hang. South is up here. We have the hang with the red chameleon energy, the red color. On the west, we have the white tiger as Li, and we have the turtle in the north as the black color. In the center, we have Qian as the yellow dragon, and these are like if we look at the sky, these are the directions we look at, and the energies of each direction comes and creates or helps with the stars wandering planets, I would say, to give the specific energy that affects us right here. So the 5 planets, they are like the bodies in the heaven, the physical bodies in the heaven, rooted to the 5 forces of heaven. Okay, so we have again the connections between each planet and the directions. We have the chi. I don't see like the life force of everything, and according to the different transformations of the chi, we can see the effect on of the yin and yang and the 5 phases. So, of course, we always keep on talking the chi on all the variety of options of, let's say, like the 10,000 things that everything is according to the different abilities or different movements or different, how to say, availabilities of the chi, okay? So yin and yang is the 2 completing opposites. We can see them mostly on the aspect of how the polarities of the 5 phases, each of the phases, how we look at them. We see them on the different directions, and the 10 stems and the 12 branches, and they are repeating with that. Well, mainly the main thing, we will see that in the day master as representing again the polarity. If, for example, water day master is yin water or yang water, there are some differences. Okay, and we're going to talk about the other day masters today. We have the 5 phases as like the basic foundation of the Bazi astrology. All we want to understand is what each phase represents, what's the polarity, what's the size or the availability of that phase, and how it reacts, or what are the relationships of the phase with the other elements. And when we check the map, we want to see where every element is located or every phase is located, and according to that, to see how it affects the day master or the master element of the chart, okay, or the person the chart is on. Okay, eventually what we want to achieve is balance, okay, and we do that through the treatment we give, through the recommendations we give, and all the other things that we know to do as therapists or consultants. So we have the different relationships, we have the supporting cycle, we have the draining cycle, controlling cycle, and the insulting cycle. We'll talk about them later on, obviously, on the different examples. We have another term which is less known as the 5 phases, 12 chi stages of the 5 phases. They represent different energies, okay, or different stages and the development of each element. So we said that the time of the birth of each element is on the previous season, and this is on stage number 1 when this is the birth. So it has the power of like breaking through, like a strong energy, very young energy that has the ability to start a new cycle, okay, or a new phase, a new movement of the phase. Okay, we have stage number 2 and 3 when we gave the example of a child. Okay, child is born at stage number 1. Stage number 2 and 3, he's still a child, he's growing up, he needs some energy and direction and support. At stage number 4, he becomes adult. Now he's more grown up, he can support himself. While stage number 5 is the prime, that's the peak of the energy of the element. So for that example, we can say that in the winter time, stage number 5 will be of pure water. We'll see that in the next slide. And basically, number 6 is the decline. Is the decline after the prime time. stages number 7, 8, and 9 are a bit, it's after, it's like, oh, Sam, we hear you. Sam. Okay, so stages number 7, 8, and 9 are the like weakening of the elements. Stages number 10, 11, and 12 are not available. The element is not available. So if we see that in the graphics, wait. Yes, Sam. Yes, okay, great. So if we talk about the phases of 12 phases of 12 stages of the wood element, we can see that it starts in the winter time. Stage number 1 is here at the peak. Stage number 5 is, we still hear you, Sam. Yeah, Sam.
I'm guessing this is the first album.
Someone. Let me just write him down. Sorry, just 1 second.
Aaron, do you need me? I didn't hear you.
Yeah, we heard you in your conversation. So, okay, good, thanks. So, okay, so again, once again, 12 stages of the wood starts at number 1 in the pig at the winter time. Stage number 5 is the peak at the rabbit. Stage number 9 is the grave. I said about the grave that it has the ability to hold energy in it and use it whenever there's some kind of clash or some kind of movement or some kind of connection with other branches, such as this triangle. Okay, so if in a map we see a goat, which is stage number 9 of the wood element, and with that we see branches of pig and rabbit, there will be a connection or triangle combination, which is very strong energy of wood. Okay, so same about the 12 stages of the fire that starts in the tiger, the beginning of the spring. Stage number 5 right here in the horse. Stage number 9 at the dog. For the phase of metal, which is right now, we are at the peak still in the rooster. Yesterday actually was the peak energy of autumn time, like autumn equinox. Yesterday and even today. It's a very strong energy of we are here in the rooster in September. So very strong energy, the peak energy of the autumn. So autumn is born at the summertime, and today or this month is number 5, the peak, and number 9 in January. Okay, and for the water begins in the autumn, stage number 5 in the rat, stage number 9 in the dragon, and the last one about the earth. We said that the earth is existing all the time and changes the availability according to the season, to the season that is there on that time. So we see that on four places the earth is very strong. Okay, on the 4 corners here, but also during the summertime, because earth, we consider it as born with the fire element in the summer. So summertime is very strong for fire and for the earth too. But earth, again, has 4 other branches which are very strong, okay, at the end of each season. So after that, we talked about, so we saw all of it in these graphics, how it all comes together. And we moved on to the 5 phases of the seasonal energy. So here, there were also some questions. I will answer it also a bit, right now. So we see all the months, all the 12 branches here, and each branch has the month it's connected to, the zodiac, and a meridian. The meridians here, which are mentioned, and also in the inner cycle, the meridians are according to the 24-hour or 12-hour Chinese clock. Okay, according to the daily cycle, where we meet these meridians on the daily energy. Okay, so Earth is in the middle all the time, but also as connecting to between the seasons. So we talked about the 10 heavenly stems as Yang wood, Jia, Yin wood, Yang fire, Bing, Yin fire, Ding, and so on for all the 10 stems that go according to the 5 element with the different polarities. Okay, so they basically they transform the heavenly energy, and well, I won't get deeper into this right now, but again, they represent the 5 phases on each polarity. So we saw that also we have ability to see clashes between stems, clashes on the map. Later on, I will get back to I will go forward, to the Bazi chart. And sometimes we can see that there are clashes between the opposites. So yang fire with yang water, being in the brain, yang wood with yang metal, and so on. So clash is like the control that we see in the 5 element cycles, but even stronger, okay, when we see them clash one next to each other or even in other pillars in the map. So again, there are much more to see and to learn about this. I can't get too deep into that in an 8-hour seminar, but basically we have the clashes. You can pay attention in the maps that you create or make or check, and to see if there are any clashes or combinations, which is the next one. This goes also to the He2 connections, like husband-wife or guest-host, as we know in acupuncture. And then we have the 12 earthly branches, which represents the 12, the chi of the earth, basically. And the flow between the 5 phases, which is going through the year, year cycle or annual cycle, but also in different specific months, as we can see in here, also in days and also in hours, and the 12 hours, we can see the same as again cycle of the elements of the branches, and so we have many things to say about them also. Sometimes we can see that there are hidden branches in them, which are representations of the dynamics, different dynamics of the branch. So also here the explanations about the earthly branches. We also have here branch clashes, basically with the opposites. We have branch trinity combinations, as we saw in the previous shapes of the triangular shapes. And so this means that if we see this kind of combination, the element is stronger, or this phase is getting stronger according to the color you see here. And we also have the seasonal combinations. When we have 2 or 3 branches from the same season in the map, we can see that the energy is much more stronger and useful of that element, that phase. So right here in this graphics, we can see how all the branches are in the order of like annual order in a way. In each one we can see, let's take rooster, okay, September, where we are now. So we see it's connected to the kidney meridian in the cycle, and 5 to 7 p.m. This is the stage number 2 of the water, stage number 5 of the metal, which is the peak. Stage number 8, not available that much of the fire. And stage number 11, which is not available at all, of the wood. The earth is locked. It's not that strong. Next month in the dog, it will be stronger. Okay, so in this way, we can see all the different branches. And whenever we get a map, we take a look on this slide, on this table, and we can see the availability of each element. This is another table that we can see all the information together with the different aspects. And then we talked about the binome. The binome is the combination of stem and a branch that we see the representations of that on different, of course, cycles. So the first binome or binomial is the Jia with Z, the rat, where the cycle of the 60 years starts, or cycle of 60 starts. And we saw this one here also as like the cycle of 60. According to this table, we can see the years, the different years. Now we are at 39, which is 2022, the year of stem, young water, with the branch of tiger. Okay, so this is the Ren, young water, yin, tiger. So it's the Ren yin year. Okay, and then we talked about the 10 years fate cycle when we have, I'm sorry, I see it takes a bit more time than what I expected. So a few more minutes, I'm sorry if I'm repeating too much. So the 10-year fate cycle, we can see also that's the postnatal energy that affects our lives after birth. So the prenatal is the map, the Bazi chart, and that's influence of stem and branch for a decade. This decade starts on a certain time from the time of our birth and the first decade. Okay, it can start on year 2 or year 6 or year 9. For each map, it's different. I can't say now how to calculate that, but on all the calculations on the websites and apps, it will show you the cycles. The 10 fate cycles, 10-year fate cycles. Okay, so that's the influence of that, and of course, we always, in order to predict one's energy or ourselves, we can check our map, our body chart, as the prenatal according to the changing time. The changing time can be a decade, can be a year. So if I was born in a certain year with a certain map, how this year is affecting me, how this decade that I'm in is affecting my map. Is it favorable for me or not? Or it can harm or even be dangerous for me. Okay, so we can see that in the charts. So then we talked about the Bazi chart itself. It's built from the 8 characters. Ba is 8, Z is characters. So 8 characters that represent the 4 pillars, year, month, day, and hour. For each pillar, we have stem and branch. We have the main elements. While we have in each element, we can have hidden element 1 or 2. And with that, we can see exactly how what's the code, okay? So because this chart is like the code of the person. So so we have the earth luck as feng shui. We have the heaven luck when we use Bazi, 8 characters, and the purple star. And we can see different aspects or fields in life. We have the calculation softwares, just examples here of something we can use, but again, there are many others online that you can check, and in a few seconds you just plot the date of birth and it gives you the whole information. So then we talked about what each pillar represents. So the main issues that the year is representing the outside world of the person, like outside activities, grandfathers or grandparents. The male energy is on the stems, the female energy will be on the branches. So the outside world and in general, the health of the person, the jing. The month represents the house we were born into, parents or older brothers, sisters. It's about life focus that we see, emotional filters and career in many aspects. The day pillar represents the day master as the stem day master. The stem of the day is the day master, or the main element. That's the main personality. According to this place, we will check all the relationships in the map. And all we want to do is define this day master balanced. Okay? And the partner in relationship is the branch of the day. So the husband, the wife, or partner in business, anyone who is like one-on-one in the relationship. And the hour represents everything which is under our responsibility: children, students, patients, or even pets. Okay, male, female. So after that, we wanted to understand what's the strength of the day master. So we can see that according to seasonal changes, or according to the season the person was born into, the relationships with other elements, if there are connections that help the day master element or ruin it. And then according to stem and branch combinations or clashes. So just for the example, we have day master right here, and depends on the season. So if this is a metal day master that was born in the wood, in the yin, mao, or chen month, this day master is not that available, is not that strong from the beginning, because metal is not strong during the wood time, during the spring season. Okay, so this is the first part. Then we can see the strength by the different connections. So if that metal day master born in the wood time, in the springtime, has 3 branches of metal, he will become very strong. Okay, so it all depends on the connections that the day master has with other elements, like friends. And the friends that will support a day master will be from the same element. So if I'm talking about metal, it will be other metals in the map everywhere, or the element that creates the metal or supports the metal, which is earth. So anywhere I will see earth or metal, there will be friends that will be supporting the day master. The elements or the phases which are harming will be the sun or the output, the sun or the child element. For metal, it will be water, and also the controlling element. So for the metal, it will be fire. So wherever I see for a metal day master, fire or water elements, they will harm. Basically, they need to balance. Again, it all depends on the balance and the availability of each element, all the elements. But basically, they will weaken the day master. So here, all the connections that we can see, you can even take a copy of this and just mark if it's not too complicated, not too noisy for you. And you can see all the different connections. So Jia day master, young wood day master, with all the other connections, will he be strong or weak? Okay, so these are all the options that we can see in the chart. So then we talked about the 5 factors as 5 elements relationships. So we see that day master has its output. It has first of all the parallel, same as self element, which is friend, companion. He's strong, making him strong. We have the output, which is the child element, represents the expression through the work, through creativity. We have the wealth element, which represents the grandchild element, represents how we control the money, the wealth. For men, it's how they control wife or partner. The power element, the grandparent element, represents the force and the influence that is powered on the day master. Okay, how the status of the person, how strong he is or how much influence he has on him. For women, it represents the husband, okay, or partner. And the support represents the parent element as kind of any support the element needs. It will be through education, it can be through like even physical support, or like mother is supporting her child. This is like the Bazi chart checklist where we can write down all the information of the chart, all the like the stems, the branches, the hidden elements, and so on. And this is the way I'm working with the going through each topic and just checking what by this order. This is how I first of all build the map. I find the day master. I ask the patient or the person main complaint if there is any. I want to find if the day master is strong or not by the season, by the relationships. And then I draw the diagram and to see like the different shapes or different sizes according to the availability. I want to see clashes between stems, branches, other combinations, stems and branches. And then I want to see the relationships that the day master has and how it makes the some reason in what's going on in the person's life, okay? According to that, I want to find the useful or annoying gods or elements, we can say, which is what will make the balance in the map. Okay, so if I have a metal day master with lots of fire element, okay, that over controlling the metal, so I need to find a way to drain this fire or to weaken this fire. So I will strengthen the water, I will strengthen the earth, and the earth will support, so I will take the energy from the fire to the earth. So for example, just example, heart 7, okay, acupuncture point, will drain the fire to the earth, like earth and the fire, and I can use the spleen 2 and spleen 3, and then lung 9, for example, in order to nourish the metal. Okay, so there are many examples of what I can do in the treatment with acupuncture, for example, but same way I can do with the different recommendations I will give to the person in the daily life with the what to do with the emotional issues, what to do with the physical activities and food, herbs, whatever, okay? And then I gave example of last week's map and the availability of the different elements. So we had, today it's a different day. I didn't do the map of today. Maybe I should, but maybe later. Anyway, we had a day with a very strong metal. We see day master, in metal day master with a strong rooster that gives him a strong root. With that, we saw that we have another metal in the snake as the stage number 1. We have earth in the goat. Then we saw that we have strong, not so much strong water. The only water we had here was in the year and in the hour as stems, but they are not that available just in the stems. And then we saw, again, we have strong earth. Fire is also in the hour. And so anyway, this is the way we check the map, and according to that, we find the way to make the balance, to create the balance. Okay, so the things that we can do with acupuncture, physical activity, or like recommendations, manual therapy, herbal medicine, nutrition, emotional activity, and so on, as recommendation to the patient. Actually, today I had a patient in the morning. For me, it's evening, right? Now, so I had the patient today, first time. She came because of migraines. And in her map, there was no wood at all. With that, there were very strong fire and sorry, not the fire. She was fire day master with no wood at all to support and very weak fire. So weak fire, weak wood. So fire is even weaker with strong earth and strong metal. okay, and just a bit water. So in her case, migraines come because of, and it was very simple. She's trying to work that for, I don't know, maybe a decade, she told me, with doctors and all kinds of drugs, and whatever she tried, she couldn't see any change, even a slight change. But just according to the map, when I saw that there's so much metal energy, for her, it's very bad, because this so much metal is over the not existing wood, and there's no support at all for her day master. So the wood will be very stressed and very weak. So gallbladder meridian is on heat, or I would say false heat, and that's why all the heat comes up to the head, and the migraines are on the temples, on the sides, behind the eyes. Okay, so liver, gallbladder, and she's blood deficient. So just with that, I spent some, like, at least half an hour, almost 1 hour, just talking with her, explaining to her what I see in the map, because I want her to be part of it. I want her to understand what's going on, because then when I will give her, when I gave her recommendations of which kind of nutrition or which kind of physical activity she needs to do, or emotional activity, or releasing or letting go the metal, and how much, in which way to support her wood that will support the fire, she needs to understand the basics of that. We need to build it up in a way. Okay, so I spend a long time just explaining that, because it's important for me that she will understand her condition, her potential energy. Okay, and with that, she has the ability to control her health. Okay, and that's the main thing for me as a practitioner. It's not like, I mean, I can tell her, okay, come once, twice, 3 times a week, come every day for the rest of your life. I will help you. Of course, I can do that, but it's not the thing. The thing is to help her to recover. I want to see her less as possible, and I say that to patients. They usually laugh. Which kind of business you have here? You don't want to work? Yes, I want to work, but I prefer that you will be healthy and you will recommend others to come in a short time. Okay, so this is my point of view. This is how I work. So anyway, and yeah, I really took much more time. But anyway, it's all. I think it's important, even for those of you who've been last week, just to remind the materials and to make it all together. Hope. If not, I'm sorry, my bad. So then we talked about the wood phase and the general aspects of what the wood represents. Mainly, it's about the growth, the movement, the growth, like ascending, growing to all directions, and so on. So later, wood in the nature, which represents the springtime, the wood character, the strength and stability. Okay, it's all written. I don't want to go back to this. So the balanced wood, healthy wood, will be about growth, about the patience, about the kindness, enthusiasm, about just grow and help others to grow. Weak or excessive or under pressure, we will see wood character who's angry, impatient, nervous, is stressed, and with lots of liver issues, hormonal issues, blood issues, and so on. So we talked about the strength of the day master of the wood. And so just to remember, it was the strongest time for the wood to be born will be during the winter and during the springtime. Okay, it's the most available seasons for him or her, and the weakest will be during the summertime and autumn time. Okay, and then so again, spring, yin, mao, chen, and winter, hai, zi, and chou will be the strongest for him. Then we talked about the jia, the young wood day master. So it's all about like the solid tree. Okay, it's like strong as bamboo, very direct, very fast, very strong energy, very loyal in a way that we can trust him. He's tall, he can see things from above. Okay, control. So the good aspects will be about protective, practical, loyal, kind, straight. The bad will be stubbornness, vain, critical. Okay, and doesn't give attention to the details. Okay, just goes straight to the mission. Okay, to conquer. So also in the work, he will be loyal. He will be in the leading. He wants to lead. He wants to develop, to help the development of the organization or the business. With the health, so we all know about the gallbladder, the head, scapula, thyroid, nervous system, ankle with the tendons, ligaments, fingernails, okay, and so on. We all know that from our practice. So yeah, and so on. So we talked also about Elon Musk as a young wood daymaster who is not that strong, okay? He doesn't have that much. He has strong fire as output, okay? But his wood is not that strong. His water is strong. That water supports him. So he has strong support and strong output. But also he has strong control on his wood. So his wood is always under kind of stress in a way. Then we talked about the yin wood daymaster as more elegant, as more very emotional, more soft, okay, like a bush in comparison to the bamboo tree. Okay, yeah, so it needs to be flexible, attention seeking and manipulative, or low self-esteem needs always the attention from the others to be supported. Okay, about the health, so it's usually about the organs, the liver, the neck, the immune system, tendons, ligaments also. So, okay, so we talked about that. We talked about John Lennon, who's also not that actually strong. He is not that strong. He's weak. Daymaster with strong metal as over control. Metal we see in the rooster, and metal we see also in the dog, which is the end of the season, or metal season, autumn season. Dragon is some wood that he gets. Okay, and then we talked about relationship, output with fire, yeah, wealth with the earth, power with the metal, support with the water. And yeah, so wood health, again, we see all that. And we talked about the balancing activities, what will stimulate the wood energy, relaxation, meditation, walking, planting, gardening, foods and drinks, right here also soul foods, and everything in the career, which is kind of relating to the to development, to wood businesses, or to creativity, everything which has arts or creative issues. Okay, and then we talked about acupuncture, how we can work on the wood, gallbladder and liver, meridians, how to support them, how to balance them in cases of excess and cases of deficiencies, which points we can use. But this is the basic way of thinking in the 5 elements acupuncture. We'll talk about it also in the next phases. And I also talked about the 5-day cycles with open points, heavenly stem and earthly branches points, which are in relation with the specific time. So all we need to do is check the day. Right here on the upper row, you can see 1 or 6, Jia or G. Okay, in these days, we need to look at the specific hour, or to search specific hour where we had the energy to balance. So in this example, gallbladder 44, okay, if you want to balance with metal points, okay, to like balance the wood, the over controlling wood, to control the overgrowing wood. So we can use gallbladder 44 metal or liver 4 metal point also, and GA or G days, we can see on the when we plot the maps, and these hours, okay? These points will be very, very strong. And same way for all the other points in the every 5 days, we have repetition of these points. Okay, that's it. Sorry, it took me way too long, half an hour more than one I expected, but I'm sorry. So, so I hope it was okay. I just want to see if there's also any other questions. So I will just review that for a few seconds. Liver and pericard are also earth. Natalie, for your question, liver and pericard are connected to the earth, like the deep energy of them, because on the branches, liver is in the the ox, which is the end of the water, end of the winter, and pericard is the dog. The dog is the end of the autumn time, okay? So they are connected to the earth, yes, on the daily cycle, okay, on the 12-hour Chinese clock. And the small intestine, is it sea or small intestine? Okay, we have the 4 earths, okay? We have the dog, we have the dog at the end of autumn, we have the chow, the ox at the end of winter, we have the dragon at the end of spring, and we have the sheep or goat at the end of, which is, yes, the small intestine, at the end of the summer. Earth clashes, okay, about Gabriel. Earth clashes, it's another topic which is punishments, it's called. Usually when we have 3 branches of earth, they will make a clash, like earthquake, we can say in a way. It's another topic, we can get deeper into that if we have time, but earth when they clash, it's not so pleasant. There are specific combinations where it's harmful. So how you can, how you can calculate, you just do it on the 4-pillar calculators. You put a chart according to the time of birth of your patient, and you just take it step by step. We'll make more exercise with that. Okay, so Besti, we will see more charts. Okay, the Bazi chart, we will see more later on. Okay, Teresa, okay, I'm glad you had the review, you enjoyed the review. Example of how to find specific day in an hour on the chart. Okay, so, okay, I will give examples later on. Page 9, I can't read the print. Okay, sorry. Okay, so, okay. So I think most questions are answered. I want to continue, please, with your permission, or to start. Okay, so today we have the 4 other elements or phases to keep on talking. So we'll do them with the same, in the same way. Okay, fire. The whole movement of the fire is about the flame, the movement of whatever, like the inner flame, everything that burns inside, the activity, the vitality that we have. It's all about the passion, it's about the clearness of the mind, the awareness, the joy, the satisfactions, the spirituality, all these aspects that represent the higher energy of the Shen, basically. So it's in the summertime, it's all kinds of emotions which represent the higher or the higher energies as love, and the good way, yes, the love, the joy, or impatience or hatred, and the other cases when fire is not balanced. Okay, it's the ability of the speech, it's the ability or the will or the need to give, to help. The sun or fire, whatever it gives us light without, where there's more depression in dark countries. I mean, dark in a way that the winter is very long. Okay, in Scandinavia, for example, I had times I was teaching in Denmark, for example, so I remember when I was in the summer, the sunrise was at 4 a.m. at June, and the sunset was after 10, even 11 p.m. So long days of light. But when I was during the winter, in January, for example, one time I was there, so sun came up at about 8:30, 9 o'clock, and sunset was at 3:30. So it's very depressing, and there are places, even northern places, where there's lots of depression because there's not so much light. So fire is basically to give us light, to show us the way, to lead us. So all this energy of fire in the nature, I will just run through this while I'm talking. All this energy of the fire is just to light up, just to show the way, okay, to guide the way. So the summer season, when everything is growing, all the flowers are blooming, and we go outside. Most of the day we are outside. So I live in a place where we have like 9 months of summer in a way. In Israel, it's very hot. So during the year, most of the year, it's very hot, and I like clouds and rain, but I don't have this too much here. So it's too hot for us. That's why we are so angry and impatient. Okay, no, that's part of the restlessness that fire gives you. Okay, so this is part of the fire in nature. And fire character is it's the person that I will just go through because I don't know how much time we're gonna have. So I will talk. I won't read now all what's written on the presentation. Okay, you can read it even later. Okay, all I want you is to get the idea, get the sense of who what it represents. Okay, so. When the energy of the fire is obviously goes up, okay, the flames, the movement must be there. Fire needs to have the force as wood, yeah, the supporting force that keeps it alive, okay, and we can say it's attention in a way. People who have lack in fire, they will have a need in attention. Those sometimes we see them in the clinic, come very, they like coming to a show. They come with bright colors or red hair, red lipstick, red dress, and they need the attention. They will always seek for attention if, again, they don't have enough fire. So we tend to think or to see them as fire types, but are there fire types, or the fire is not balanced and they need the fire? Okay, so we tend to create something which we don't have much. Okay, we need to create some balance in our lives. Okay, just by my own personal example, in my map, I don't have fire almost at all. I have only one stem of fire in the year, okay? Year of 76, and only one stem of fire. No other fire in my map. So can I live without fire? On the other side, half of my map is water. So much water have the basic movement is just to weaken the fire, the little flame. Even if I have a little flame, all the water, all the ocean comes now and just over controlling this fire. So what I did, I don't know. I mean, I know what I did. As a child, I didn't have the understanding of the Bazi or Chinese astrology or Chinese medicine at all. But I was very attracted to the stage from a very early age. So when I was 8 years old, I started dancing. Dancing in like a dancing group, a professional dancing group. And I did that for 20 years in my life. When I did my time in that, and it was not my thing anymore, and I started practice Chinese medicine, I had the lack of the fire. So I needed fire. Where can I find fire now? I can't. So I was a musician. I was playing guitar, music, and I was dancing. I was doing all kinds of stuff. But then in my professional life now, where can I get this fire? So what I'm doing here is gaining fire. Okay, I started teaching. I had the urge to teach. I wanted to teach because I understood, or I felt it's kind of balancing, okay, giving me the fire that I need to be in a balanced shape. Okay, so actually me being here right now, or when I'm traveling and teach abroad, mostly in Europe, it's good for me, for my fire. Okay, so this is just a small example of how I found balance in my life through this knowledge. Okay, and it saves life, I can tell you that. Okay, I see on the daily, I see in average like 100 patients in a week. For many of them, if they're aware or not, I'm kind of giving the information, not every meeting, right? But I give them the insights of who they are, what they need to do, how they need to do that, and how they can accomplish anything in their lives, whatever they want, okay? And just according to this basic knowledge of understanding this potential, basic potential. Okay, so yeah, so this is about fire. So it's about the joy, about the happiness, about the outgoing warmth. When the fire is weak, so might be some sadness, loneliness, depression, fear, anxiety, heart issues, lack of attention, the needing attention, and so on. Okay, so strength of the day master, fire day master, is just okay. Okay, so just I saw some comments. So strength of the day master. Fire day master will be strong when he's born during the springtime. Springtime, it means during Yin Mao Chen, or during the summertime, during the Si Wu Wei. Okay, the others, in the other time, like other times during the autumn and winter, the fire day master will be weak on the basic potential. Okay, unless there are other connections with other elements that we can see in the other branches or stems of the branches mostly. Okay, so if a weekday master, that being, for example, that was born in the Z month, okay, in the rat time, so from the beginning he's weak, but if there are other branches of Yin Mao or Si Wu in the map, in the year, month, or day, or hour, okay, in any place, so the day master will be stronger. Okay, so a bit about the being, the young fire. So it's like the strong fire, the young fire. It's like the sun, okay, the sun that shines on all things. So the ability to see from above everything is, and the sun does it again and again every day. Okay, the sun rises, the sun goes down. Rises at the east, goes down at the west. Okay, and so on. So the type is not giving up any option. Okay, they will continue to do their routine things, and they are not afraid of obstacles. They will do that, and they will continue to do their routines in life. Okay, because of that, they look forward. They always see, they are very optimistic, so they always see the good things in everything. Okay, also in the future. So they have the optimistic, the naive even tendency, and because of that, they will not be so suspicious over other people. They will not see the bad in other people. Okay, so it might be easy to fool them sometimes. Okay, they don't see, they don't read the people just for the inside. Okay, they don't read the inside. They are very fast also. They don't have the time. They are not water types that will go deep and dig and slowly will analyze things in like a long time. Okay, they are very fast, and they are fast decision makers also. Why? Because they see from above everything. They see the whole picture. Okay, the sun controls all the things. Okay, so all the dynamics comes from here. Because of their optimism and their will to help others, they will have the tendency to see other people first. Okay, they will be giving, because the fire again wants to give its light. If it's the sun, or if it's a torch or a candle, all the fire wants is just to give, to show the way, to lead others, to teach others. Okay, from the optimistic place, from the good place. Okay, so it will be important for them to help others and motivate others. They stay close to their comfort zone in a way that again they follow the guidelines. Okay, they have the rules that they're working through. Okay, day and night, the sun will always come in the same place, same routine, and that's it. Okay, so they don't go too much on the sides. They have their own way, and because they are very charismatic, they will have this kind of influence on others, and this will give them also confidence. Okay, they're charismatic. It's like the emperor. Okay, it's like the person that people I don't know if voted for him, or might be the president, or he is the supreme person in the kingdom. So people will cheer him up. People will look at him because he has this basic born charisma. Okay, when a balanced fire type will get into a room, he will get the attention, will get attention. He will be funny, he will be charming, he will know how to speak, how to say the right words. They have the ability to speak, the ability of speech and the tongue. They know how to talk, they know how to convince you, they will know how to sell you in the best way. Okay, the best marketers in this way. Okay, so they're fast, they're getting you, they get impressions very fast. Okay, so this is about their so they will be confident because of that too. They will have the feeling that the world is around them. Okay, it's one of their weaknesses, basically. Like they're the center of everything. Okay, so if they are not balanced and they will get into a room and no one will pay attention to them, then they will be bothered. It will be like say, okay, something is wrong here. Okay, so On the good aspects, it will be warm and selfless, routine-driven. Okay, optimist, loving. He will be a loving person. He will have the need to love others and to be loved. This is like a basic rule for them. They must be around the issues of love all the time. So falling in love, searching to what to fall in love with, okay, or who to fall in love with all the time. So when they are naive, it will be easy to use them because of their kindness and willing to help. So people might take advantage of them. They might be self-centered when they're not balanced, or self-destructing if they are not balanced, because they can take, it's important for them to be raised in a way that they will see the good aspects of using their power for the good. Okay, otherwise they can use a very strong and destructive power for bad things. Okay, so with the work again, there will be good managers basically. If I want to hire CEO, I will take someone who's fire person, and young fire is even better because they're fast. They know how to solve problems very easily or in a fast way. Okay, they can take the responsibility. They will have the charm. They will know how to lead. So they're perfect for managing positions. Okay, and again, they will take care of the employees. They will take care of others. It's important for them to help others to grow. Okay, so with the health, it's about the small intestine, shoulder, forehead, eyesight, different aspects that we know also connected to wood in a way, but more specifications according to the different or more texts from different books. So I put it anyway because sometimes we can see these too. Okay, so when excess young fire, inflammations, shoulder pain, high blood pressure, frontal headaches might be because of stomach too, but again, we can pay attention because of the fire that goes up. Okay, but mostly, besides what's written here, it will be mostly about emotional issues. Emotional issues, too much fire, like restlessness or issues, sleeping issues. Okay, we all know that from our practice in Chinese medicine. So here are some famous people with fire, day master. Okay, we can see Nelson Mandela taking the extreme positive path, and Hitler that took it to the negative path. Okay, but also other good people that we can see right here. And again, basically, the thing of using famous people as examples, you can just, write their names, and it's kind of hobby for me. I create maps, or I check maps of many people just to understand who they are, who they really are, how they think, how they act, why they do what they do. Okay, and according to that, how can they, if they are famous, they probably did something quite good, okay, with their potential, even though there are difficulties or there are clashes or whatever. So it's interesting for me to see how they did it, okay? And yeah, so in my free time, or even, just with the phone, we can do that every second. So we go to Wikipedia, we go to the app of the Bazi, and that's it. Oh, okay, now I understand. I do it daily for many people, just like that. When I want to analyze the map in a deeper way with patients and so on, so I do it in my computer with a software that I have, and it gives me much more information. And of course, I need to analyze it more deeply. It takes a bit more time, but just the basic information, just to know the basic, and you can do that with patients, even if you don't have now all half an hour or even 5 minutes. All you don't need to explain it to them either. Okay, it's just for you to understand who the person is, and how you can help him or her in a better way. Okay, just by understanding these indications. Okay, so I took the map of Steve Jobs. We can see him as a young fire day master. Young fire day master, where he has, again, I don't know the hours in this kind of maps. With patience, we can find the maps, the full, complete map, and according to that, to get another quarter of the information. So Steve Jobs has, let's say, wait, just 1 second. Just want to see that my pen is connected. Oops. Okay, I think it should, yes. Okay, but I don't see it happen. Okay. Yeah, sorry. So Steve Jobs is young fire. Okay, never mind. I will do it with the mouse. So as young fire, oh, sorry. Back. I'll just change the color. So as young fire, we want to find out where it has more fire. Okay, because first of all, we see the day master born in the Tiger month. Tiger month is the beginning of springtime. So we have fire in stage number 1 here. Okay, so we have some fire here. Still, it's not that strong, but it's helpful. It's useful. So the fire day master tends to be in a good shape. Now we want to see if there's more fire somewhere. So we have right here, he has had yin fire at the goat. Goat is fire on the stage number 9. Okay, the end of the, goat is stage number 6 of the fire. So kind of strong fire. Okay, just at the end of the summertime. So you know what, we can say fire is quite strong. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so fire is strong, no other places with fire. Now we want to go to the to see if this fire has some kind of support. Okay, so support comes from the tiger, from the wood, and we see strong branch, stage number 4 of the tiger, of the wood element. We have here dragon, which is stage number 6, okay, of the wood. So also wood is quite kind of strong. Okay, we tend to say that the month, the season, has a very strong effect on the map, even like 70-75% in many ways of calculating. Okay, and there's another wood right here. So eventually, strong wood, strong fire. So he's a very strong day master, has lots of support from his career. Okay, career supports him, and work supports him, creativity supports him, and that's very good for him, for his day master. He's a good manager in his personality, so that's very good. Now let's see what's about the earth. So we see that we have the goat here, which is a strong earth element. Okay, and we have a dragon here, which is another earth branch. Okay, so 2 branches of the earth, that's very strong. Okay, and another stem of the branch. Now we don't know what's going on in the hour, but still, according to this, he's a very strong, has lots of support, has lots of expression, the ability to work. And if you go according to his, history with all the movies and books and all, he was a workaholic. He was very interested in creativity. He was very a workaholic, worked all the time and had achievements. Money is the element of metal for him, okay? And like the wealth energy. And wealth energy, we don't really see in his map, okay? It's not so available. So metal is not strong. So it's all about the rules. It's all about what controls him. Does he have any control? Did someone, someone could control him? Not really, according again to history. Okay, so metal was needed here. Maybe he found the metal energy in the computers. That's an idea of balancing energy. Maybe the wood was too growing, too much movement, and he wasn't able to get, and he needed some boundaries. Okay, so computers, electricity is fire also, but computers is something to organize. He invented basically computers and some machines or some electronics or devices that put order in our lives. Okay, so this is part of it. And the last element here is the water. So we see water only right here in the dragon, which is stage number 9 of the water, not available. That's the grave time. Okay, so yeah, not that strong. So also water is not available. But he didn't have anything to balance him, his personality, his fire, his attitude, his rage sometimes, or impulses. Okay, so if he would come to our clinic, so he found way in meditations, in spirituality, he found all kinds of way to balance his metal and water by himself. I don't know if he went to acupuncture, but anyway, he put, but eventually what he died of, he had cancer on the pancreas, right? So too much energy. Just imagine all this fire and all this wood, like all the energy comes up. When we look, basically, I will give a few seconds on this. We have kind of flow in the map. So we see a flow here, sorry, that starts in the wood. Just imagine a wave, okay? So the energy starts in the wood and grows up in the fire and grows up in the earth. And because there's no metal available, there's blockage here. It stops. The energy stops. Unless we make a way here and we open this path between the earth to the metal. But when all the energy comes up and gets stuck, comes and gets stuck, comes and gets stuck, so something will happen eventually in this element. Okay, so all the issues of let's say emotional issues, being able to hold so much information, so much data, so much to observe all this in the earth. So it's quite difficult. So who will suffer? The organs of the earth. Stomach, pancreas, spleen, okay, in a way. So digestive system, basically, and the mental and the physical issues. So according to this, we can understand, according to the map, we can understand why it has a bit better or better potential to happen. Okay, so when patients comes to us, we can direct them, we can help them to give them the right consultations of what to do, how to do, according to what we predict and the potential energy they have. Okay, yeah, so this is about Steve Jobs. Yes, next one. Okay, I need to just do this. Wait, how I do that? Okay, with this, sorry. Clear all drawings. Okay. So, do you have any questions about this? I'm just reading your comments in the chat. Oh, happy birthday, Natalie. So you know what? You can write us your full date of birth with the year, obviously. It's important. If you know the hour, it might work too. But I can do that just at the end, okay, at the end. I don't mind taking longer time for whoever wants to stay to do that, but okay, but just later on, okay? Wait, there are many, wait. So let me just take a look on the chat. Okay, sorry. Okay, Natalie, about Steve Jobs was vegetarian with junk food. Yeah, so he could have been much worse. The vegetarian food was maybe better for him, for his digestive system, not to make his energy even his earth or his digestive system working harder. So, but again, depends if it was raw food or cooked food. Okay. If I need to have exact time of birth for exact calculation, yeah, so again, as I said also last week, it will be better to have the specific hour and place of birth in order to understand much more, to get more information, mostly on the hour pillar, which represents the energy which is under our control or responsibility. But if we don't, so we don't. I'm just writing the time of birth on 9 a.m. 9 a.m. And where you were born, Natalie? Which country, state, city? So there's no blockage between the elements. Yeah, Jan, I will talk about this. At the end of each phase, I will talk about the points that we can use on those. Okay, Tashkent. Okay, so later on the break, I will make the map and we can check that too. So, okay, I will continue with your permission. I will just close this and, okay. So in fire, with your permission, I will run a bit faster on these. I will just give these impressions right here. It's all written, you can see that, you can print that. Okay, I don't want to go through all of them. I just want you to get the basic impression of the person. Okay, I put all this on the presentation that you can go through this more later, okay, over and over whenever you go through the materials. So the basic understanding for the fire, for the Ding in Fire Day Master is like the fire like a candle, okay? They give their light mostly in the dark hours. So their fire is not that stronger as the sun, okay? But they are more, they can stay for longer, okay? It's like a lamp that we can keep, or candle that can burn through days, okay? because the sun will come up, will rise up, and then go down. Okay, so it has a specific time, but the candle, we can take it, depends which candle, but we can create candles that burn for many days. Okay, so it's more stable, it's more easy, more gentle energy of fire. Also lighting others the way and showing them the way. They also will be quick thinkers. They have the attention to the details. They are devoted to people, to be close to them, the kindness, they think for others. I mean, thoughtful, they're inspiring, they are warm, they're loving, they're more hugging, they're less burning than the young fire ones, okay? But if they are in bad condition, so they will be unstable, they will be needy, they will be not that trusted, okay? They will have more self-interest in getting their fire stronger, okay, to keep their fire stronger. In work, okay, yeah, something went wrong. So again, they are people-centered. They will manage people by the way of the compassion, of the I will say, gathering people together for the same idea, for the same optimistic way of thinking. Okay, when the organs will be unbalanced, it will influence mostly the heart, the tongue, the mouth, the speech, the ability to speak and to say things. It's what they say, how they say. So if there's excess, they will talk without stopping. If it's with the deficiency, it will be not speaking at all, not expressing, not doing what they're supposed to do, not helping others, being more selfish and not being able to love others and to warm others for their development. Okay. Okay, blood circulation might be poor also in deficient yin fire person. So here we have many famous people. Serena Williams, just lately I saw the movie King Richard, I think it's called, about her father and the daughters. So again, we can see many people from the entertainment, from movies, music, and so on. These are the main famous people that we know of. So I chose her map, and let's just take a look at what we can see in her map. So she's in fire, day master. Her father, for her, is in fire too. So they have this kind of connection of eye to eye. They're in the same eye level. So best friends in their positions. She doesn't see him as a father, as someone who's controlling or supporting or being controlled by her. She sees him as a friend. Okay, a partner or husband should be is a goat. Okay, so gives another energy of fire, of yin fire, but that creates strong day master. I mean, well, wait. Sorry, I missed the first part. Yin fire that was born in the rooster. Rooster as a metal. The peak of the metal, September month should be, is the worst time is a bad time for fire to be born at. So from the beginning, there's kind of, there's kind of insulting energy from the metal, from the very strong metal. Okay, because it's in the month, so it has a strong energy, and another strong energy in the rooster of the year. and another stem. So it's even this strong. So the influence, so on one side, on one aspect, this metal gives the borders, the boundaries, the strict way of working hard, and very, it's like a soldier getting up in the morning and practicing, going out in the rain and practicing. Now, because of the spiritual connection she has with the Father, she believes him. And if he's saying that this is what needs to be done, this is what she will do. So she has a very strong ambition and very strong way of working, okay? Very strong personality. But the time of birth is against her fire, against her day master, okay, from the beginning. So we have fire. We're searching for more fire in the map. There's no fire. We're searching for wood as supporting. We see just a bit wood here, which is stage number 9 for the wood. So wood is not available. Okay, there's no support, no feeling of support for her. And the last, well, not the last element, but earth, as we can see earth in the goat. So strong earth becomes available from partner. So earth is here, means her expression through the earth. So the ability to work a bit, and then anything she will do, all the work she's doing will be very beneficial for her on the wealth aspects. And I believe she's wealthy with the great career that she had. So influence as water. Oh, just 1 second. So influence of water to control her, not really, or influencing or lowering her down. It's not there. But if we look on different aspects, we said that in this kind of a flow, we can see some tendency for blockage. So the blockage might be here. If she is not releasing, if she's not letting go and flowing, she can get stuck in the metal. She can get stuck with emotions, with, I don't know her in person, I don't know her biography too much, except the movie now that I saw, but she can be too tight. So if we take it to the internal organs, according to Chinese medicine, we know a metal would be lung, large intestine, so chest, breast, so I would tell her to pay attention to these. Again, in case there are any issues, if she's not releasing, if she's not letting go, if she's not being able to flow on, okay, to the next level of water, to increase the water, to make them bigger and stronger. And then the wood will be stronger, and then it will be supportive for the fire, and so on. So this is how we create the balance in the map. We just need to see what the condition of the day master, how strong he is or not, and according to that, what may create unstable condition for this element, for this day master, and then what we need to do in order to avoid problems. Okay, so this is about Serena Williams. So let's clear it and continue on. Close it, continue. Okay, so relationship that a fire element has with other elements. So parallel will be with fire, output will be through the earth, their ability to work, to create will be through the giving, through the energies of earth element. The wealth will come from the metal element. The power or the control or the I will say, the guidance or directions, getting directions will come, the influence will come from the water, and support will come from wood. So all these, when I talk about these elements, we need to think of them as, when we see the patient, when he has difficulty somewhere, we will recommend or we will treat the different issues according to those elements missing or in excess. Okay, so in case of Serena, if we want her to have more water and more wood, so okay, wood. Obviously, she's an athlete, so she's working on her wood element with the physical exercise, with circulating the blood, with sports, basically. So with wood, perfect. She did a good job. With water, maybe calming down, maybe more. And then also we can think of this as like traveling. With tennis career, you travel a lot. Okay, you go from place to place to play in tournaments, and you always travel, like water traveling. So she did some work on her water. Anyway, being by herself, tennis is a sport when it's only you against your competitor. Okay, it's not like basketball or football or most of the other tennis, most of the other sports where you work as a group, and then it's better for the earth. Okay, for example, here it's a solo sport, which is the energy of water. So we can see that as something that she found a way to balance herself, okay, in her way. And she's balanced. I mean, she's great. She's excellent. She's a multimillionaire. She looks happy. She just retired now. I mean, she has everything that someone can dream on, basically. Okay. Again, according to how it looks like. Of course, there's pressure, there's tense, and so on. But she found the way to balance all these. Okay. So so with the fire, when the fire is out of balance, they can be broken-hearted, overexcited, heart blockages, weakness, physical problems as high, low blood pressure, angina pectoris, might be headaches, fevers, problems with speech, throat, tongue, small intestine. Okay, most of the things that we know anyway. So balancing activities for fire, if you want to increase the fire, so running, stage performances, dancing, singing, sunbathing, socializing, talking, wear bright colors. Okay, all these, I know all of them. I do them in order to balance my fire. Okay, food and drinks. Sorry, onion, garlic, spring onion, spices, coffee, alcohol, not so much. Okay. But basically seeds, herbs. The fire is also on the concept of being happy, being optimistic, to laugh more. I recommend patients in these kind of cases also to put only comedies on TV. When they watch TV, just put comedies. Go to stand-up comedies when you go out. Go to the bar, drink something. Okay, go socialize, be with friends, be in an environment that makes you happy. Okay, go outside. First of all, just go outside. Don't stay in your room being depressed and sad. Okay, so it's about the attitude. It's about grow up. It's about the matureness. Okay, fire is the time when everything is blooming, everything comes to the peak of the energy, and therefore we need to find a way to accomplish things that we started. So wood is in general will basically be the energy that starts everything, the beginning of a project, for example. But the fire will be accomplishing the project or or coming to it must come to the crowd. Okay, so if I drew something, a painting, if I keep it in my drawer, I'm not giving any fire to my potential. Okay, but when I put it online, for example, I put it in a gallery. Even if I just put it on my fridge, I give it a stage. I give a stage for my arts, and therefore I use my fire. Okay, I get my fire more available. Okay, so this is the idea. So also with career, it's probably speaking generally, stage performance, marketing, beauty business, cosmetics, airplanes or stewardess, computers, electronics, oil and light businesses. Okay, all these can be, and many times you will see that people find their balance by finding these kind of jobs, getting attracted to these kind of jobs if they need to balance their fire, to strengthen their fire. Okay, and then next one. Okay, acupuncture. So here, So here we have the different meridians of fire. So, for example, if I want to strengthen just put some colors here. So if my fire is weak, okay, and I want to make my fire stronger, okay, so in case of deficiency, yes? So I will go to lever 1. Why lever 1? Because lever 1 is the wood that supports the fire. And then I will go to heart 9, okay, heart 9, which is the wood supporting the fire. And then I will go to kidney 10, okay, in distressing. Kidney 10, I don't want water on the fire, okay? And bladder 66, I also don't want this water to control me, okay? And then I will go to small intestine and so on, okay? So this is the way I think on these graphics, okay? I think in 5 elements. Okay, of course I can do more than that, also on the liver, gallbladder, okay, I can do on both of them, gallbladder 41, and here small intestine 3. I can, after that I can do small intestine 5, heart 9, okay, all these points. Everything where I see fire in, which is supporting the fire element, will be good for me. Okay, this is the idea. Okay, it's understood? Good. So let's clear all and close this. And okay, and about 5-day cycle open point. So again, if I'll go for strengthening my fire, which is weak, I will search for the fire points or the wood points on fire. So I can see small intestine 8 and heart 7. I'm sorry, there are earth point on the fire. Sorry. I want the fire on the fire. Oh yeah, small intestine 5 and heart 8. Fire points on the fire. So I can go when I find a Yi or Gang day. So just for, let me just do it online. I will just check in my phone. Today, so today it's the 22nd of September, 2022. Now it's Wu, Young Earth Day. So Wu is right here, number 5. Let me just make the drawing. Okay, so today we are in a Wu day. And the time now for me is 10 minutes to 9 p.m., which means that I'm here on number 11, okay, during the Shu time. Now the open point is bladder 65. It's not so beneficial for my fire, okay? But if I go, this is tomorrow, this is in 2 days, okay? So Friday, Saturday, and Saturday at 7 to 9 and 9 to 11, these points are available to me. I can puncture myself. If it's a patient, I can put some seeds or, some, press needles or something like that. I can put it and I can tell him, okay, press on that during this time, okay, if he comes to me on the next 2 days. Or just online, I can tell him, okay, press these points during this time. Okay, just an example of how to use this. Okay, so this is about it. And okay, so let's take a break now. Okay, let's take like 15 minutes break because we have still 3 more elements to go through on the last 2 hours. So I'm going to make them a bit faster with your permission. Otherwise, we won't have enough time. So 15 minutes. If you have any questions, write them down. And yeah, that's it. Okay. Good. Questions here? Bye. I'll go to drink something. Okay, stop sharing.